Larry Kudlow joins us now. He is director of the President's National Economic Council. Larry, great to have you on the program. Thanks for coming on America's Newsroom this morning. It was a big number.
Yeah, it was a great number. And you know what? I don't think this is the end of the numbers. I was watching some TV this morning, and people are saying, well, you know, they got one, but it's not sustainable. It is sustainable. Bolton, it is sustainable. We've lowered tax rates. We've rolled back regulations. We've unleashed energy. We're moving to fix a broken world trading system. You can see big numbers on capital spending, business investment. Productivity is going to come from that. Higher wages for ordinary working folks throughout the country. This is a good story. It's a solid story. My hunch is it's going to go on for quite a while. It's not just one quarter.
And of course, there was that pre-tariff positioning that you're talking about, that some folks who were looking for a reason to criticize this number even before it came out, who said, well, those that wanted to get in and buy ahead of those tariffs, that might run the GDP number up, and it could be a one-off thing. That's not the case?
I don't believe so, and you know how people work ahead of tariffs remains to be seen. My thinking is that's going to even out over time. Look, we're making progress on fixing the broken world trading system. I mean, this is very important. You know, the president has argued again and again, no tariffs, no non-tariff barriers, no subsidies. Free trade, but we got to get rid of the unfair trading practices. China's the worst offender. We're building a deal with the European Union that we got done 2 days ago. That's terrific progress, going to be a confidence builder. Listen, the guts of this report, I know, everybody wants to nitpick. Everyone wants to do some ankle biting. Basically, the private economy has grown better than 4%, and, Sandra, virtually no inflation. The inflation numbers came out at about 2%. Let me give you the precise number. Core PCE deflator, 2.2%. The core deflator, 2% or 1.9. So you got strong growth, no inflation. Last point, lots of business investment. Money is coming in. Here's the key. Money is coming into the United States from all over the world. We are the hottest economy, and they know it.
Is there anything that you're seeing that concerns you, that might not lead to this being sustainable type growth? You talk to these guys in the market, they're worried about the flattening of the yield curve. Not to get into the weeds with our Fox News audience, but there is some concern when you talk to guys on Wall Street that there might be some indication of a turnaround here or unsustainable growth.
Look, I try to follow, and track all those things. They're legitimate issues and they're important variables. So now that we're in the weeds on I love it that you're asking me a yield curve question. I absolutely love it.
Markets are watching it.
10 years, just about 3% now, 10 years. The 3-month Treasury bill, which is the original model, is 2%. That's 100 basis points wide. That was the original model. That's fine. It's not a recession at all. It's okay. We should look at that. I mean, gold is soft. That's good. The dollar is firm. That's good. The yield curve's firm. That's good. The economy is growing. That's good. Heck, we might want to try this again. Maybe tax cuts 2.0. Who knows?
So what is sustainable growth? Is 4.1% sustainable?
Well, we will see. Now, there's a great debate, among my friends, economists in both political parties. 4% could be. People told me you couldn't get 2. We've already gotten 3. We're trending at 3. We got a good quarter at 4.1. My hunch is, by the way, the third quarter and the fourth quarter are going to be very strong as well. I don't want to hang a number on it. Now, is 4% sustainable? Some people would say no. I am going to say yes. I think the incentives in the economy and the loosening up of the regulatory, the confidence, the profits, I don't want to predict any. I'll take 3. Everybody told me it couldn't be better than 2. All I'll say is we haven't had a good prosperity boom in so many years. You got to go back to the late 90s, Sandra. And I believe we have entered the first prosperity boom in 20 years plus. The millennials have never seen it. They're going to see it, and they're going to grow in confidence. This is so totally healthy for America. So we'll wait and see. I'm very optimistic about this story.
That's really something. And considering 4.1% in the second quarter was the fastest economic growth for the United States in 4 years. I wonder,
Yes.
Larry, why the markets aren't reacting. I think the Dow's flat on the day.
Well, markets have a lot in their mind, including Facebook. I'm not a market prognosticator anymore. I was in that business, but I'll just say, quote unquote, my old boss Ronald Reagan, the fundamentals are very good. The Trump policies are working. Somebody, someplace, should give POTUS some credit for dropping taxes and regulations and energy and so forth. The policies are working. They haven't even been in place that long. Give this thing a chance. It's going to surprise everybody on the upside. That's my take, Sandra.
I believe when you were speaking next to the president a few moments ago, Larry, you said this is sustainable as far as the eye can see. And the president saying we are the economic envy of the world. Do you worry a little bit too much about setting expectations too high? Even the White House came out ahead of this number and said, you yourself said this is going to be a good number. The president
Yes.
touted this was going to be a big number.
Yes.
What about expectations?
Well, okay, I'm going to try to keep them around 3, but you know me, I'm an optimist. On the newsroom, on the floor of the newsroom of another network down through the years, they used to call me the Happy Warrior. I'm still there. Look, I just believe if you have the right policies to unleash enterprise and individual initiatives, limited taxes, limited regulations, limited government, steady currency and so forth, better trading system, that will allow Americans to exercise their God-given talents. Every American, everyone benefits when the economy rises. 155 some odd million Americans working, Sandra. Everyone benefits from this. So I will just say we've entered a period of entrepreneurship. The president is rewarding success. He's not trashing business. He's working hard for the middle-income folks. Give this thing a chance. What's the right number? I don't know. Let's start with 3% and build upwards. I'm going to play this from the optimistic side. I love what we're doing. Give the president 100% credit. Give him 100% credit.
Hard to take away from that number. It is a big one. 4.1% economic growth in the second quarter. White House, you yourself say it is sustainable. That is something that Americans can surely look forward to and hope for. Larry, it's great to have you on the program. I hope you come back. Visit us regularly.
I certainly will, Sandra, and please give a hug to my pal Bill Hemmer.
I'll do that.
He's terrific.
I'll do
You're
that.
terrific, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.